नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ॐ हां हौं शिवाय नमः। 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 ॐ हां हौं शिवाय नमः. We will now be entering into the Tattvachamanam, the ritualistic cleansing of the mouth. Please take your Panchapatrams and Udhranis in your hand. Place your hand in the Gokarana Mudra and please take a sip of water from the base of your palm along with the mantra. Om Atmatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Vidyatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Om Shivatattvam Shodhayami Swadha. Wash your hands with an udhrani of water. Now, with the base of your right hand thumb, wipe your lips twice from right to left along with the mantra Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Wash your hands with an udhrani of water. With the tips of your right hand, index, middle, and ring fingers joined together, touch above the upper lip and below the lower lip. Wash your hands with an udhrani of water. With the tips of your right hand, index finger and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril, left nostril. With the tips of your right hand, ring finger and thumb joined together, touch your right eye, right ear, left ear. Wash your hands with an udhrani of water. Now with the base of your right hand, touch your navel center, right chest, left chest, and with all five fingers joined together, touch the top of your head, right shoulder, left shoulder, then your heart center. Wash your hands with an udhrani of water. We will now be entering into the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution. Please clasp your left hand with your right and place it on your right thigh. As we chant the Sankalpa, hold the conscious visualization. Make the conscious resolution of the ultimate reality you want to manifest, the ultimate body, ultimate mind which you want to sculpt. Whatever it is which you want to manifest, see that during the Brahma Muhurta time, whatever you visualize, whatever conscious resolution you make, especially through the Sankalpa, it will simply start manifesting as a reality. Sankalpa. ॐ ममोपार्थ समस्त श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति समेत श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवप्रीत्यर्थं च अद्य पूर्वोक्ता एवं गुणा विशेषेण विशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभदितौ पूर्ण आरोग्ययुक्ता दृढगात्र यौगिकशरीरसिद्ध्यर्थं परमशिवशक्ति आविष्करणार्थं नित्यानन्दयोगाभ्यासं करिष्ये ॐ अपौपस्पृश्य. You can now place your Panchapatrams and Udhranis aside as we get ready to enter into the Nithyananda Yoga.
All teachings and instructions given during the yoga program and sessions are intended only for general wellness and educational purposes. They are not to be taken as or used as a replacement for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Seated position with one heel drawn in close to the perineum and the opposite foot resting comfortably in front, allowing the hips to ground evenly. Lengthen your spine and lift gently through the crown of your head, interlacing your fingers in front of your stomach. Keeping your hands relaxed and steady, maintain an open chest and smooth, even breath as you settle into the posture with calm focus. Hold the Parisha Mudra, placing palm upon palm and interlacing the fingers. Shanta Kumbhaka. Inhale and visualize the prana vayu, being chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So the japa will be rotating clockwise at your throat center throughout the yoga sequence.
The next asana is Vyakyanasana, or this name and the opposite foot resting comfortably in front, grounding evenly through your sitting bones. Lengthen your spine and relax your shoulders as you settle upright. Place your left hand in front of your mouth, keeping the arm relaxed, and rest your right hand on top of your right knee with the index finger and thumb gently touching in the Bindu Mudra. Here you'll visualize yourself as knowledge flowing outward with clarity and restraint, as if words arise only. Hold the Vaishnavi Mudra, Shanta Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
The next asana is Nivritti Asana. Soften your gaze forward. Visualize Bhagavan in your heart as a radiant infinite light. Feel his presence as an internal source of and Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nivritti Asana. Sukhasanam samastaya hasto vakshasi samhyata arihanta bhagavantam kayavyamano smaran sarvepshanati paritajayet.
The next asana is heel drawn in closer perineum and the opposite foot resting comfortably in front. Lengthen your spine and bring your palms together in front of you, opening them so they face towards your body. Lengthen your upper body forward and gently lower your forehead into your open palms, allowing the neck and shoulders to relax. Visualize the sense of me dissolving inward as if awareness falls back into itself and rests at its source. Feel separation chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Here the gaze will be at your nose.
Atmalingasana. The next asana is Makarasana Dve. Now come to a lying position, lying down on your belly with your legs extended and feet hip width. Engage your back and glutes to lift your chest, head, arms, and thighs off the ground, hovering in a strong, straight Superman. Visualize yourself as a crocodile resting calmly by a serene riverbank. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samavritti Kumbhaka. Oham. Makarasana Dve. Makarasanam Nama Urasa Bhumim Sprishantim Shane Pado Chabri.
Asana Dve, or mountain pose 2. So here you will be sitting on your evenly through your shins as you draw your lower belly in to support your posture. And now cross your arms in front of your chest, solid, unmoving, and unaffected by weather passing around it. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra.
Parvatasana Dve. Atha Parvatasana. The next asana is Vrishabhasana Dve. Go to the floor beside your body, placing it firmly for support. Keep your opposite arm relaxed, resting on your thigh or at your side. Visualize yourself as a powerful bull, standing firm and steady on the earth beneath you. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Rechika Kumbhaka. Samshrayet etat proktam maya devi Vrishabhasanam uttamam sarvaroga vidhatre proktam etamahatma.
So here you'll start seated with your legs uncrossed and bring your left foot to the side of your left hip, keeping it grounded. Then draw your right foot close up, one above the other, and avoid rounding your back gently. Lengthen your spine. So keep your spine straight. Imagine your spine lengthening upward like a proud warrior stance. chest open and radiant as you breathe steadily. Feel your body glowing with inner courage. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka, Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nityananda.
वीरासनत्रिणि एकपादमध्यगेऽस्मिन् विन्यस्य दूरु संस्थितम् इतरस्मिन् तथा पश्चात् वीरासनमिदं विधो. The next asana is Chatushkonasana, the four-angled pose. Now from a kneeling position with your right knee bent and your left foot resting beneath your sitting bones, bend your left leg and thread your left arm underneath the left ankle, drawing the sole of the foot in towards your chest. Keep your spine long as you reach your right arm up and over your head, bringing it down to meet the left hand. Bind the hands together near your left ear. And clear from every direction. And chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Chatushkonasana. Atha Chatushkona.
So here you continue to remain seated with your left knee drawn in close to your groin and the opposite foot flat on the ground with the knee raised, lengthened knee. If you're on the outside of your left hip, allow it. Here you'll visualize yourself resting with full trust as if leaning into the support of a strong, reliable arm that will not give away. Mula Bandha and chant Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Keep your gaze facing downwards.
Vamabhujasana. Atha Vamabhujasana. The next asana is Shwasagatyasana. So remaining in the same position, whichever foot was next to your groin, you'll now be bringing that foot in on that single set of toes. Wrap your forearms around. Visualize breath and movement becoming one. Mudra, Rechika Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Shwasagatyasana. Atha Shwasagatyasana.
Vrishabhasana Dvi. Gently lean to one side and lower that elbow onto the floor beside your body, and then place your opposite arm relaxed, resting on your thigh as your maintain on the hip. Visualize yourself as a powerful bull standing firm and steady on the earth beneath you. Feel its immense strength, the grounding presence, and unwavering determination coursing through your own body. Embody resilience, confidence, and steadfastness. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nityananda Paramashivoham while keeping your gaze straight.
Vrishabhasana Dve. कूर्परौ स्तम्भवत् कृत्वा पार्श्वनेनैकसंस्मरेत् एतत् प्रोक्तं मया देवी वृषभासनमुत्तमम् सर्वरोगविधात्रे प्रोक्तम् एतन्महात्मम्. Seated with your legs uncrossed, bring your left foot to the side of your left hip and keeping it grounded, draw your right foot close to the groin, resting your toes lightly on your right thigh. Place your hands on your lap, one above the other. Avoid rounding your back. Gently lengthen your spine. Visualize yourself seated like a hero after a victorious journey. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechika Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Veerasanatrini. एकपादमध्यकेऽस्मिन् विन्यस्य दूरसंस्थितम् इतरस्मिन् तथा पश्चात्.
Repeat it on the other side. So here you'll be seated from a kneeling position with your right knee bent and your left foot resting beneath you. Now bend your right leg and thread your right arm underneath the right ankle, drawing the sole of the foot in towards your chest. Keep your spine long as you reach your left arm up and over your head, bringing it down to meet the right hand. Visualize yourself stable and clear from every direction like a structure supported evenly on all four corners. Feel the strength distributed through the body without collapse or over effort, and each angle contributing balance rather than strain. Rest in the quality of integrated strength, adaptability, and confidence. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Lechaka Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nityananda Param.
The next asana is Dakshina Bhujasana, repeated on the other side. Now, in a seated position with your right heel drawn in close to your groin and the opposite foot flat on the ground with the knee raised, Lengthen your spine as you begin to lean your torso down and away from the lifted knee. Lower your elbow down to the ground outside of your right hip, allowing your body to settle comfortably. Rest the outside of your right cheek into the right palm for support and place your left hand gently on your left thigh. Visualize yourself resting with full trust as if leaning into the support and strong, reliable arm that will not give away. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechika Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Dakshina Swasha
or the breath movement pose. So here you'll be seated with the one foot flat on the ground and your grounded foot, keeping the toes steady fast for balance. Now lean your upper body forward as you shift your weight gradually onto the supporting foot, allowing your body to rise so that you balance on that single set of toes. Wrap your forearms around the raised knee, drawing it close to your chest. Visualize yourself, your breath, and movement becoming one continuous action. No separation between the inhale balance, effort, and stillness. Feel each breath directly guide stability and control. As you keep your gaze.
The next asana is Mukta Padmasana, the liberated lotus pose. Now coming to Padmasana, your cross-leg position. Sit tall with both feet on your opposite sides and now lean back onto your elbows and place your upper back and the crown of your head gently onto the ground. So as you arch your back, while in this supine position, reach and hold on to your respective feet in a prana mudra, symbolizing liberation from words, maintaining relaxed awareness. Hold the Mula Bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Your hands will be on your sides. You hold onto your feet. Mukta Padmasana. Mukta Padmasanam Kritva Uttanam Shayanam Jaret. Purparabhyam Shiro Veshtya Matsyasanam Tirogaha.
Or the equalizing pose too. So here you start seated in Padmasana, placing each foot onto the opposite thigh so the soles face upward and knees are comfortably towards the ground. Now lengthen your spine and interlace your fingers behind your back, drawing your shoulders gently towards each other. Lean your entire upper body forward, guiding your forehead down towards the ground while keeping your arms extended back behind you for an open chest and steady stretch. Visualize all your inner currents leveling out as if uneven waves of energy are settling into a steady balanced flow. Hold the Parishamudra Jiva, Jivachala downwards in the
Is Trikonasana. Start in a cross-leg position and rotate one knee inward, bringing the knee onto the ground, with your inner ankle touching the ground outside of the hip. Bring your hands to your stomach, one resting over the other, as you keep your upper body steady. Visualize yourself as a channel to the infinite cosmos, while the body remains grounded into Mother Earth. Your legs form a wide, steady base, like the 3 points of a sacred triangle. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Trikonasana. Pustakasya pratapatre saptadascharitre Trikonasanam prakashitam.
The next asana is Panditasana or the scholar pose. Here you'll start seated on the ground with your spine tall and your hips. Rest your hands together on each hand. Keep your chest open and your shoulders relaxed as you settle into the posture with slow, steady breath. Visualize and imbibe the mind of a true scholar, clear, discerning, and unhurried, able to see what matters without getting lost in excess information. Hold the Bindu Mudra, Jivatila Kumbhaka, Mula. Your foot will be resting on the opposite thigh.
Panditasana. Shasana. The head to knee pose. In a seated position with your legs extended forward, bend one knee and place the heel close to the perineum. With the opposite leg extended straight, reach forward to grasp the big toe of the extended leg with your fingers, keeping your arms straight. Lengthen your spine. Visualize yourself as Lord Ganesha calm, wise, and humble. Imagine bowing gently with Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Janu Shirshasana.
Yantra Kara Asana or mystical Yantra pose. So here you'll be from a seated position, place your right heel at the straightening the knee and place the left hand down onto the ground, straightening your arm so that the back of your knee is at the level of your elbow. Press your left hand down into the ground and twist your upper body away, opening your chest up up to the right side and maintaining the right knee on the ground. Visualize yourself embodying the yantra's precise geometry, aligning with its cosmic harmony. See your form as a sacred diagram, radiating the focus, clarity, and balance that permeate universal design. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Jivachala Par- Parashva Dristi to the side.
Yantrakarasana. Yantrakaarasanam nama hastapadavyam bhumim svishan konayantramadiштaya yantrachanamivadharayet. The next asana is Ardha Bhujasana, the half arm pose. In a seated position, with your right heel drawn in close to the perineum, ground your, bra- ground your base and lift your left leg as you guide it over your left shoulder, bending the knee as needed to settle the thighs securely. Then place your left hand behind your neck, keeping your chest open. Rest yourself, holding power close to the body. Control Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Ardha Bhujasana. अथ अर्धभुजासना.
So here you'll be seated on the ground with your left hand drawn in close to the perineum to create a steady base. Lift your right leg and guide it over your right shoulder, allowing allowing the foot to wrap behind your back as your hips open. Keep your spine long as you bring your hands together in Namaskara Mudra in front of your chest, maintaining balance through your sitting bones. Breathe steadily as you hold the posture, keeping your chest open and your body centered. Visualize discipline placed above impulse, as if the foot over the head represents mastery over instinct and habit. Hold the Namaskara Mudra Riju Drishti, looking towards your
Mastakasana. The next asana is Udasinatasana. In a seated, comfortable cross respective palm, place the opposite hand on the opposite knee and remain still. Visualize your true self, not as the body but as consciousness, as a luminous point, the Paramashivoham. Udasinatasana. पादमाकुञ्च्य सम्यक् स्थित्वा सुखासनेष्वे जानुर्ध्वमवस्कूर्परो संस्थाप्य करतले शिरधते.
The next asana is Trikonasana Dve, or the triangle pose repeated on the other side. So here you'll start seated in a cross-leg position and rotate one knee inward. Bring the knee onto the ground with the inner ankle touching the ground outside of the hip. Bring your hands to your stomach with one hand resting over the other and keep your upper body steady and remain there. Visualize yourself as a channel to the infinite cosmos while the body remains grounded into Mother Earth. Your legs form a wide, steady base like the 3 points of a sacred triangle. Hold the Sampruta Mudra, which is cupping both hands together like a closed lotus, enclosing and protecting Nanda Paramashivoham as the gaze remains towards your
लिखा पुस्तकस्य प्रथापत्रे सप्तदाश्चरित्रे त्रिकोणासनं प्रकाशितम्. The next asana is Panditasana, repeated on the other side. Right seated on the ground with your spine tall and hips grounded, cross one foot onto the opposite thigh, allowing the knee to relax downward. Rest your hands gently on your thighs and form the Bindu Mudra on each hand. Visualize and imbibe the mind of a true scholar, clear, discerning, and unhurried, able to see what matters. Hold the Panditasana. Atha Pandit Sorry for the technical glitch.
The next asana is Janu Shirsasana, or the head to knee pose. Repeated on the other side. Start seated with the legs extended forward in front of you and bend one knee and place the heel close to the perineum with the opposite leg extended straight. Reach forward to grasp the big toe of the extended leg with your fingers and keep your arms straight. Lengthen your spine. Lift your chest and hold steady breath while maintaining the posture. Here you visualize yourself focused on the serene, drawing inward in the head to knee.
जानुशीर्षासनं नाम एकपादं प्रसार्य च अपरं जानुनेन्यस्य शिरसि जानुस्पृशेद् यदा. The next asana is Yantrakarasana, repeated on the other side. Now, whichever leg is extended out in front of you, you hold that leg with the opposite hand. So if your right leg is extended, hold it placed on the ground in front of your leg. Visualize yourself embodying the yantra's precise geometry, aligning with its cosmic harmony. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Yantrakarasana, Yantracharanavadharaye.
Arm pose repeated on the other side. So here you'll be seated on the ground with your left heel drawn in close to the perineum and ground. Lift your right. Thread your right arm underneath the bent right leg. Press your left hand on the ground. Press yourself holding power close to the body. Control precision, restraint, and intelligence. Use of Mula Bandha and straight.
Ardha Bhujasana, Vama Padamastakasana, repeated on the other side. Now start seated on the ground with your right heel drawn in close to the perineum to create a steady base. Lift your left leg and guide it over your left shoulder, allowing the foot to wrap behind your back as your hip opens. Keep your spine long as you bring your hands together in the Namaskara Mudra in front of your chest. Visualize discipline placed above impulse, as if the foot over the head represents mastery over instinct and habit. Hold the Namaskara Mudra, Jivachila Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Adha Vamapadamastakaasana.
Tasana, or the detached equanimity pose. So here you'll be in a cross-legged position. Sit comfortably, such as Sukhasana, and bend one arm and bring the elbow onto the thigh, resting the side of your face onto the respective palm. Place the opposite hand on the opposite knee and remain still. Visualize yourself as a true self. Visualize your true self not as the body but as consciousness, a luminous point of energy located near the heart. See karma dissolving and visualize your soul becoming brighter, lighter, and more radiant, moving closer towards its innate state of perfect knowledge and bliss. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Jivachila Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. as your gaze remains in the rigid drishti, or gazing straight.
उदासीनतासना पा पादमाकुञ्च सम्यक् स्थित्वा सुखासने तये. The next asana, spine long, and your core engaged with support. Now lift separate rather than touching. Place your hands, visualize your hands as instruments of control and precision, capable of stabilizing even the most demanding situations. Hold the hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Jivachila Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Try as much as you can to bring your feet behind your head. Hastasana Dve. Atha Hastasana.
The next asana is Sagara Gandhasana.
Remaining in the same position, you'll just be clenching your fists in front of your perineum.
Visualize yourself drawing inwards as if layers of identity are being folded and set aside. Breath gathers close to the center, warming and stabilizing the core. With each retention, feel attention disengage from outwards and outward roles and judgment. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Remember that the Mula Bandha is firmly contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor, lifting upwards without tension.
Sagra Gandhasana. Atha Sagra Gandhasana. The next is Sthira Gudapa Dashirasanam. Now in the same position, without releasing your feet, continue to keep them above your head. You'll be placing your hands in a Namaskara Mudra in front of your chest. Visualize absolute steadfastness in an extreme position where control overrides instability and nothing feels rushed or chaotic. Hold the Namaskara Mudra, Jivachila Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. You can use the support of the wall as well to keep your feet balanced behind your neck. Sthira Gudapada Shirasanam. अथ स्थिरगुडपादशीरासनम्.
Relax. So the next asana is Himalaya Asana on the ground. Lift your feet off the ground as you hold the position and simultaneously wrap your arms underneath the knees from the inside and place the hands on the top of your head. Engage your core firmly to support your balance and spine and keep your gaze forward and avoid rounding your lower back. Visualize yourself as a mountain mass lifting effortlessly from the earth. Immense weight gathers inwards, compact and unified, yet nothing strains. See yourself as immovable, enduring without effort, elevating without tension. Hold the Shirasi Mudra, which is resting the hand lightly upon the head, maintaining stillness of breath and mind. Jivachila Kumbhaka Mula Bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Himalayasana. अथ हिमालयासना. The next asana is Tanukubjasana, the slender cricket pose. You can now release your feet back down and come to a seated position. Bend in your knees so your feet come flat onto the ground. Wrap your arms underneath the knee joints from outside and hold onto the opposite elbows. Engage your core firmly to support your spine. Visualize your body slender and contained, drawing strength inward. Hold the Jivachala Kumbhaka, Shambhavi Mudra, Mulabandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Atha Tanukubjasana.
The next asana is Virabhankasana or the hero bend pose. So here you'll start seated with your thighs together and your spine tall. Now lift your legs up off the ground vertically. Then bring your hands behind your knee joints. Engage and avoid keeping your spine bent. Visualize embodying the hero composed under pressure. Legs rise on guided inner strength, not force. See courage shining through you, precise endurance and unwavering with resolve. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Jivachila Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
वीरवङ्कासना अथ वीरवाङ्कासना. The next is Parvati Asana, where come to a comfortable seated position with the soles of your feet together in front of you. Separate the heels, keeping the toes together. Now wrap your left hand around the right hand fingers and tuck your left hand thumb into the right hand. Close the palms together and keep your right thumb extended upwards, representing a Shivalinga. Keep your spine long and straight with shoulders relaxed away from your ears. Visualize Goddess Parvati's gentle strength and unwavering devotion. Embrace her qualities of patience in the Mahamudra Bandha, contracting the pelvic floor, tucking your chin to your chest, and drawing your abdomen inward and up. As you chant Om Nithyananda Parameshivoham.
So your fingers will not be interlaced. One hand remains upward in the Linga Mudra.
स्वादु गुडाग्रे च पृथग्न्यसेत् भूमौ तदूर्ध्वं च करौ सम्पुटौ स्थापयेत् तदा दक्षिणानामका मध्ये लिङ्गवद् ऊर्ध्वम् आनयेत् तत्र दृष्टिं स्थिरं कृत्वा प्राकाशो हृदि जायते.
The next asana is Apana Gamanasana, or the Apana movement pose. So here you'll be remaining seated in Padmasana, placing each foot onto the opposite thigh so the soles face upwards and the knees settle comfortably towards the ground. Now lengthen your spine and soften your shoulders as you ground through your sitting bones. Rest your hands on your lap with one hand placed gently on top of the other, both palms facing upwards. Keep your chest open and breath steady, allowing the posture to feel calm and centered. And Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
अथ अपानगमनासना. The next is Tirasukhasana, the balanced pose. From a seated position, bend both your legs inwards and press the heels against the perineum, keeping your spine upright, body evenly balanced, and rest your hands on top of your respective knees in the Yoni Mudra, joining the ring finger above the extended middle finger, touching the thumbs tips together, drawing your awareness inward. Visualize yourself settled in unwavering stability, deeply supported by the steady presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Hold the Yoni Mudra, Shanta Kumbhaka. Inhale and visualize the prana vayu being inside and outside of the body. Perform the Mula Bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramasivoham. So your legs will be पार्श्याग्रपादाभ्यां द्वयो अकिञ्चयोरन्यो पीडनं येन अवस्थस्य स्थैर्यं सुखं च जायते स्थिरसुखमासनमिति.
The next asana is Samasana, Trini Purvanga, or the lion pose tree. So here you'll be seated in a low squat, joining the soles of your feet evenly in a coil posture with the knees wide. Place both palms firmly at your secret center around your lower abdomen. Inhale swiftly through the nose and engage your core. As you hold the breath, lift your hips off the ground with strong control and spread your arms wide, flattening your chest, open proudly like a regal lion. Maintain a proud, expansive posture. Visualize yourself as a majestic bold lion with commanding presence and fierce courage. The lion radiates strength, leadership, and unwavering self-assurance. Feel this fearless energy awakening within you, empowering your mind and heart to face every challenge with confidence and dignity. Hold the Vaishnavi Mudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramasivoham as you remain in the Nasagra Dishti, or the gaze towards your nose.
Simhasana Trini. चक्रबन्धे पादतले सममेवासं योज्य बाहु प्रसारि सिंहासनं स्फुरेत् अर्धकुम्भे समाप्ते पुनः पातयेत् कटिं. The next asana is Simhasana Trini. The lion pose 3. Side seated with the soles of your feet together in front of you, your knees pointing outward. Place your hands in the gap between your groin and your feet, your fingers spread wide. Press firmly down through your hands and engage your core to lift your sitting bones off the ground, keeping your knees lifted high and close to your body, maintaining balance and a tall spine. Visualize yourself as a majestic, bold lion with commanding presence and fierce courage. Hold the Vaishnavi Mudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Simhasana Trini. चक्रबन्धे पादतले समं संयोज्य सं गुह्यस्थाने हस्तयुगं धृतं निधाय शीघ्रं पूरयेत् कटिम् उक्षिप्य बाहु विजृम्भ्य सिंहरूपेण देहं प्रसारयेत् अर्धकुम्भसमो.
The next asana is Gridhasana Purvanga, or the vulture pose preliminary. So here you will be remaining in a low squat with your feet close together, balancing so your sitting bones hover just above the ground. Wrap your arms around your sitting bones from the outside and clasp your hands securely in front. Keep your chest lifted and your spine long, gaze forward. Insight. Imbibe the vulture's patient observation and soaring vision, symbolizing renewal, cleansing, and ability to rise above all challenges. Hold the Vaishnavi Mudra, Jivachila Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Continue to maintain in the Mula Bandha engagement throughout and keep your gaze straight.
Gridhasana. ऊरुपृष्ठमार्गे हस्तद्वयं नीत्वा कट्याग्रे धृदात्य भद्वा संयोज्य शीर्षपृष्ठं प्रसार्य उक्षिप्य धृत्वा यथाशक्ति स्थित्वा व्यायामं समाचरेत्. The next asana is Bhutai Asana, the elemental pose. In a deep squat position with your feet together and heels touching the perineum, wrap your arms around your legs and reach around your back to clasp your hands behind you. Lean your forehead down gently for depth. Keep your spine long and core engaged to protect your lower back. Visualize your body gathering into the elemental core of existence. Earth supports as weight settles downward. The bind draws movement inward, unifying the forces. Hold the Parishamudra, Jivachila Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Bhutayasana. Atha Bhutayasana.
Be You'll start in a low squat position with your feet almost together, balancing so that your sitting bones hover just above the ground. Wrap your arms around your knees, reaching under the thighs and sitting bone, and clasp your hands securely beneath. Keep your chest lifted and your spine long and gaze forward with a steady, calm focus. Engage your core to maintain balance. Visualize yourself as a powerful vulture with an acidic core that cleanses and transforms all impurities, neutralizing what others cannot endure. Envision soaring effortlessly across vast skies. Hold the Vaishnavi Mudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Gridrasana. चक्रबन्धे कटिम् उक्षिप्य जानुपृष्ठे निवेशयेत् गुल्फयो पृष्ठे हस्तद्वन्द्वं भद्नीयाद् योगभद्ननात् पूर्णककुम्भकं सम्ये सङ्कुच्चयं धृतं लभेत् ऊर्ध्वया वक्षपृष्ठं च कृत्वा व्योम्नि तिष्ठति.
The next asana is Simhasana Trini.
So come to a low squat with your feet close together and sitting bones hovering just above the ground. Bend forward slightly and slide your flat hands palm down, hands firmly with both feet so your hands. Visualize yourself as a growing, determined lion. This strengthens your courage and awakens the deep Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Shwashinor Dhavivarsko Swasinor Dvisargo Saptavaram Samachare.
next asana is Muktai asana, or the liberated pose. So here you start in a kneeling position with your spine tall and your knees together. Try to bring your sitting bones down on the ground, then spread your legs out wide while keeping the knees on the ground in front of you. Form a 90-degree angle and the knees with the shins parallel in front of you. And place your hands in front of your stomach, holding the position with core engaged for stability. Visualize the body. So your legs would be at the 90 degree. Yes. Your foot. Visualize the body settling into spacious, grounded freedom. Knees and shins support fully, creating stable foundation, inviting release. Hips open as tension dissolves gradually without force. Keep the spine rising calmly and maintaining clarity. Hold the Vaishnavi Mudra Jivachala Kumbhaka and the Mula Bandha. Chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Muktayasana. Asana is Trikonasana. So from a sitting position, sitting on your knees, slowly spread your knees wide apart, bringing your ankles wide as well to the fullest comfortable distance. Keep your upper body vertical as you lengthen your spine and lift your chest. Bring your hands together in the Namaskara Mudra in front of your chest, maintaining steady breath and released shoulders. Visualize yourself supported by three clear points, forming a stable triangle that cannot collapse. Hold the Namaskara Mudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Trikonasana Trini. Atha Trikonasana.
So here you'll be moving into the Saraswati Asana, or Goddess of Learning pose. You'll start seated with your legs extended in front of you, and you keep your spine tall and your toes flexed towards you. Inhale to lengthen your spine, then exhale as you hinge forward from the hips to grasp your feet or your shins. Keep your spine long without rounding and focus on drawing your navel towards your knees rather than your forehead down. So here will be flowing wisdom, pure eloquence, and creative insight arising through steady receptivity, refining perception, and into luminous clarity. Hold the Prana Mudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Saraswati Asana. Atha Saraswati Asana. The next is Asthi Pavasana. The skull your knees out wide. Lean your forehead down onto the ground for depth. Then extend your arms out to the sides above the respective knees. Keep your spine long and avoid rounding your lower back. Engage your core for stability. Visualize deep surrender, emptying excess weight into the ground. Awareness settles into your skeletal core for stability. Hold the Vaishnavi Mudra, Jivachala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Asthipavasana. Atha Asthipavasana.
The next asana is Karumasanam Chatvari, or the tortoise pose 4. So here you'll start the sides. Now slowly hinge forward from your hips and lower your chest down towards the ground so it rests fully on the floor. Extend your arms straight out to the sides beneath the thighs and your palms facing downwards. Press your shoulders gently down towards the floor and aiming to keep them relaxed and broad. Rest your nose lightly on the ground and keep your neck long. Visualize yourself as a serene sea turtle gliding effortlessly through the vast ocean. Feel your calm, steady movements navigating deep currents and ancient wisdom and profound patience. Chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. This asana helps to promote deep hip opening and strengthening the spine.
Kurmasana Chatvari. Kurmasanamapi Shreshtam Dardurasanam Gajasanam Samuddishtam Taturdhasanam. The next is Jalakasana Purvanga. This is the spider pose preliminary. Now, in the same seated position with your legs extended out wide, here you'll be straightening your legs. So instead of your knees being bent, it will be straightened as your legs are out wide and your knees will be locked. Now, bring the soles of your feet together with your knees angled to the sides and slowly hinge forward as you lower your chest to the ground and extend your arms behind you underneath your thighs with your palms facing down. Visualize yourself as a silent spider weaving a delicate web at dawn. Hold the Vaishnavi Mudra, Jivachila Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Jalakasana Purvanga. ऋतं भरतपृष्ठे भुजौ निवेश्य प्रसाद्य पादङ्गुष्ठरयोरेकं कण्ठेन सम्यक् कुर्यता कुम्भासमुक्तकायं सुसंयतिष्ठेत् एष व्यायामः सर्वसिद्धये साधयेत्.
The next asana is Jalakasana, or the spider pose. So here you'll be start seated with your legs extended straight out wide and your knees locked. Bring the soles of the feet together with the knees angled comfortably to the sides, then slowly hinging forward from your hips to the lower chest down to the ground. So it rests and press your shoulders gently down towards the floor. Aim to keep them relaxed and broad, keeping your neck long. Gently lift your head up and gaze forward. Visualize yourself as a wide spider, patiently waiting at the center of your intricate web. With calm vigilance and heightened awareness, you sense every movement and opportunity around you. Hold the Vaishnavi Mudra, Jivasana Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Jalakasana चक्रबन्धे हस्तद्वयं जनुपृष्ठकुम्भ. The next is Jalakasana Uttaranga, the spider pose progression. Now from the same position, bring the thighs, your arms will be wrapped around your as a mystical spider, spinning luminous threads under a moonlit sky. Hold the Vaishnavi Mudra, Jivachila Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Jalakasana Uttaranga. गुल्फसन्धिष्टुहस्तद्वयम् अधाय ग्रीवपृष्ठे द्रुतं भद्नीता शून्यककुम्भकं सप्त कुर्वीत संयम ततः स्थिरो भवेत्.
Continue to remain in the same forward from your hips and lower your chest down towards your forehead so that your forehead rests on your feet. From underneath the thighs, wrap your arms around your calves and hold on to the respective shins to pull yourself further down. Relax your neck and ensure the lower spine isn't overly stretched. Visualize awareness spreading evenly throughout the body as you settle into complete release. In the still absorption, awakening feels Mudra, Jivatala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you keep your gaze towards your nose.
Bhudayasana. Atha Bhudayasana. The next is Kurmasana Pancha. So from Bhudayasana, extend your legs further underneath your legs. Extend your hands further underneath your thighs and clasp the fingers behind your back. Visualize yourself as a gentle turtle drawing inward into your protective shell. Hold the Kurma Mudra, drawing your senses inward and becoming still like a withdrawn like a tortoise. Hold the Jivachala Kumbhaka Mula Bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Kurmasana Pancha. Kurmasanam Nama Pado Parshvayo Prasadya Hastau Chaprishte Bhadnitva Kurma Vijambe.
The next asana is Simhasana Chatur Uttaranga, or the lion pose 4 progression. So here you'll be seated with your legs extended and your knees bent out wide. Soles of the feet facing each other, and place your hands on the flat on the ground in front, close to your thighs. Slowly hinge forward from your hips and press your hands firmly onto the ground. As you lift your thighs off the ground, place them behind the backs of your upper arms and keep your knees bent slightly. Lift your chest and head, gazing forward with length in your spine. Visualize yourself as a fierce, powerful lion in the moments of attack. Feel a surge of raw energy, fearless courage, and unstoppable strength flooding your body. You Gaze towards your nose.
सिंहासन चतुरांग हस्ततैले गुह्यस्थाने निधाय कटिमुक्षिपेत् जानुपृष्ठं भुजभ्यां समीकर्ष्य व्ययं समाचरेत्. The next asana is Uttita Purnasana.
Here you'll start seated with your legs extended straight in front of you, out in front of you, and place hands flat beside the hips. Now fingers forward and bend your elbows deeply like a straight and slide straight with legs over the arms so that the calves and ankles rest on the backs of parallel to the ground. Engage the core and extend through your legs, keeping them straight. Now lift your head up, open the chest and gaze forward, maintaining strong engagement. Visualize yourself as a wide turtle rising steadily out of the water, drawn by instinct for renewal and purpose. Hold the Kurma Mudra, Jivachla Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Uttita Kurmasana. Uttita Kurmasanam Nama Pado Prishthata Prasarya Hastau च Puratah Udaram. The next asana is
Stretch. So now we'll be lying on the back naturally wide apart, letting gravity gently open your hips and extend your arms overhead with your palms pressed together, fingers interlocked or stacked from multiple diamond shapes. Keep your shoulders relaxed and drawn away from your ears. Rest your head comfortably on the ground and gaze soft or eyes closed. Breathe evenly and deeply, feeling the gentle stretch through the hips and opening along your arms and chest. Visualize yourself as a sharp gleaming dagger, precise, focused, and unwavering. Hold the Anjali Mudra, which is bringing the palms together at the heart, fingertips aligned and softly pressing. Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you keep your gaze upwards.
षष्ट्रिकासन पूर्वांग उत्तानशयी भूमौ पादतलकरतली चतुर्ध संयोजयेत् भूषितभुजजानु देशे कृत्स्नं काये भ्यासं समाचरेत्. Both of your feet. The next is Shashtrikasana Uttaranga, the dagger pose progression. So from the lying down position, lying on your back with your feet together and knees wide, let you'll now press the balls of your feet together, toes tucked, and place your hands behind your back. Your fingers will be facing towards your feet. Now press firmly for support, engage your core, and lift your hips off the ground, driving them upwards without sinking down. Let your knees flare wide to deepen the groin stretch. Visualize yourself as a slender, resilient dagger, forged through challenge and refined by inner fire. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Shashtrikasana Uttaranga. त्रिशिखाग्रे स्थापयित्वा क्षोक्षेपं समाचरेत् श्वशानीरो दविसर्गो सप्तधा कृत्वा स्थिरं तिष्ठेत्.
The next asana is Utkatasana Trini, or the intense pose 3. So here you'll begin with your knees on the ground, your toes tucked beneath your sitting bones, and spread the legs wide and rest the hands on the respective knees. Now slowly lift your knees off the ground, finding balance as you do so. Keep your spine elongated, your chest open, and remain balanced on the tip of your toes. So here you'll be balancing on the tip of your toes and your knees will be off the ground. Keep your palms resting on your knees and visualize the fierce form of Lord Shiva manifesting as Lord Rudra in your inner space. Storm-eyed, trident-wielding, dissolving illusions with compassion and ferocity. See yourself steady and grounded amidst tempests. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham as you keep in the Riju Drishti with your gaze straight.
Utkatasana Atha Utkatasana. The next is Meenasana, the fish pose. Sorry for the technical glitch. We'll now be continuing with Meenasana. Slowly lift your knees off the ground, finding balance as you do so. That will be similar to the previous asana. Through the nostrils, producing the sound of the ocean. Hold the Uddiyana Bandha, drawing the abdomen in and up towards the spine. Atha Meenasana. The next asana is Gavasiddhasana. Remaining in the same position, continue to remain in the same position and visualize settled like a perfect guardian of stillness. Body rooted, supported on fertile ground, asking nothing. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Gavasiddhasana. Asana. Remaining in the same position, place your hands in the twist to one side. Visualize embodying Rama's balance tension. Hold the Padma Mudra. Okay, so here it will not be Namaskara Mudra, but it will be in the Padma Mudra. Ujjayi Kumbhaka, performing the Jalandhara Bandha as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramasivoham. Ramanathasana. Atha Ramanathasana.
The next asana is Girivara Natasana, the mountain lord pose. So you remain in the same asana, but here your head will be looking upwards towards the sky as your hands remain in the Padma Mudra, which is joining the thumbs and spreading the fingers wide, opening like a blossom lotus. Visualize yourself as a mounted lord, rooted deeply yet rising effortlessly. Lower body firm and unwavering, while the upper body ascends, gently turns like a peak meeting the sky. Hold the Padma Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Girivaranathasana. Atha Girivaranathasana. The next is Ramanathasana, repeated on the other side. So turning your torso to the opposite side. Atha Ramanathasana.
The next asana is Girivara Natasana, or the
Repeat.
mountain lord pose, repeated on the other side.
So from Ramanathasana, just change your gaze as you tilt your head slightly upward, looking in the Urdhva Drishti. Atha Girivaranathasana.
The next asana is Sastrikasana, or the dagger pose. So here you'll start kneeling with your toes tucked and your knees spread wide. Slowly bring the heels together beneath your sitting bones and press the toes together and balance the weight on them. As you rise, keep the knees wide and bent, transitioning smoothly to standing. Extend your arms overhead and bring the palms together in the Anjali Mudra while keeping your chest lifted and gaze forward. Gaze focused. Visualize yourself as a tall, imposing dagger, standing firm and unshakable, radiate strength, protection, and unwavering presence, cutting through doubt and commanding clarity. Hold the Anjali Mudra, Ujjayi Kumbhaka, Udiyana Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Shashtrikasana. पादाङ्गुष्ठौ संयम्य करद्वन्द्वं शीर्षे निधार्य कुञ्चिताजानुकोणे प्रसारितपार्श्वस्थार्य गह्यत्ररे. The next asana is Garudasana Pancha, the eagle pose 5. So from a standing position, standing tall with your feet grounded and your spine long, lean your chest forward slightly while keeping your back broad and steady. Now place your palms flat on your upper back with the little fingers touching, creating a stable base. Lift your elbows upward as you open through the chest and maintain steady breath. Visualize an eagle standing high on a mountain ledge, still alert and completely at ease with a vast space around it. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Sahaja Kumbhaka as you chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Garudasana Pancha. Atha Garudasana.
The next asana is Padangusht Asana, or the big toe hold pose.
Padangushthasana.
So here you'll start standing tall with your feet hip width apart. Now hinge forward from your hips to fold your torso over the legs. Let your head and neck relax towards the ground and place your hands beside your feet or hold your ankles for support. Avoid bending your knees by keeping a soft bend. Slowly roll up and stand up to standing one vertebrae at a time when you're ready. Visualize all of the energy channels in your body from head to toe flowing smoothly and powerfully. Feel vitality and mental clarity expanding within as tension dissolves and inner strength awakens. Hold the Prana Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Parameshivoham.
Padangushthasana. पादाङ्गुष्ठं कराभ्यां गृहीत्वोर्ध्वं प्रसारयेत् पादाङ्गुष्ठासनं प्रोक्तं सर्ववादिनि सर्वनाद्विशोधनम्. The next is Dvijasanam, the twice born pose. So start standing with your feet together. Now slowly shift your weight onto one leg and bend the opposite knee, bringing that foot up towards your hip. Reach your arm around the bent knee, around the bent leg, and clasp your foot or your ankle firmly. Slowly begin to straighten the bent leg out to the side and forward while balancing on your standing leg.
Here you'll visualize yourself with balance of strength, grace, and transformation. You embody spiritual rebirth and awakening, and rising steadily on one leg, you release the past and embrace your new world, standing tall with open chest and steady gaze, embodying patience, mental strength, and the beauty of growth. Here you'll be holding the Parashu Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. You can use the wall for support, for added support for this asana.
Dvijasanam. द्विजासनमप्यत्र कुक्कुटासनमुत्तमं फनगुप्तासनं चैव गरुडासनमेव च. The next asana is Ekapada Shirshasana Dve. So from the same asana, you'll just be placing the foot behind the head.
And here you'll visualize yourself embodying yogic mastery and openness. Feel deep flexibility and strength and concentrated awareness expanding within. Experience the liberation of old patterns and a sense of spiritual awakening and joyful balance. Hold the Anjali Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Extend the leg towards your back as much as possible.
Ekapada Shirshasana Dve. एकपादशीर्षासनं नाम एकं पादं शिरसि संस्थाप्य अपरं पादं भूमौ स्थापयित्वा समं तिष्ठेत्.
The next asana is Apanasana Dve, or downward wind pose 2. So here you'll be Standing tall with your spine lifted and your gaze steady. Extend your left leg now behind you, keeping the toes lightly grounded for balance or hovering as comfortably. Bring your hands together in Namaskara Mudra in front of your chest and maintain an open posture. Engage your core and keep your shoulders relaxed as you hold the position with stability and ease. Visualize yourself visualize excess wind and agitation moving downward and out of your system, like pressure slowly releasing from the body. Hold the Namaskara Mudra, Sahaja Kumaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Keep the gaze straight.
Apanasana dve. Atha apanasana. The next is Vijasanam dve, repeated on the other side. So now start standing with your feet together and shift your weight onto your opposite leg. As you bend the opposite knee, bringing the foot up towards your hip. Reach your arm around the bent leg and foot your clasp your foot or ankle firmly and slowly begin to straighten the bent leg out to the side.
So extend your opposite arm out to the side for balance and keep your chest lifted and your gaze forward. Engage your core to maintain stability. So here you can also use the wall for added support. Now visualize yourself with the balance of strength, grace, and transformation. You embody spiritual rebirth and awakening. Rising steadily on one leg, you release the past and embrace renewal. Standing tall with open chest and steady gaze, embodying patience, mental strength, and the beauty of growth. Hold the Parashya Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Dujasanam dve. Dujasanamapyatram kukkutasanamuttamam Bhanaguptasanam chaiva garudasanameva cha.
The next asana is Ekapada Shirasasana Dve, repeated on the other side. So here you'll be standing tall with your feet hip wide apart and shift your weight onto one leg, grounding it firmly. Now lift the opposite leg and carefully place the foot gently on the top of your head, maintaining balance. Keep your standing leg strong and slightly bent for stability and engage your core. Lengthen your spine and bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra in front of a broad chest. Hold the Anjali Mudra, Sahaja Kumaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Ekapadashirshasana dve. एकपादशीर्षासनं नाम एकं पादं शिरसि संस्थाप्य अपरं पादं भूमौ स्थापयित्वा समं तिष्ठेत्. The next is Apanasana dve. So remain in the same position. You'll only be changing your visualization as you visualize excess wind and agitation moving downward and out of the system. Hold the Namaskara Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Apanasana dve. Atha Apanasana.
The next asana is Vama Sudha Padasana, or the left side purified foot pose. So here you'll be standing on one leg. You'll be putting all your weight grounded on one leg as you keep your core engaged and lift the opposite thigh and bring it parallel to the ground, or as high as you comfortably can, while keeping the spine upright. Now bring your palms together in Namaskara Mudra in front of your chest while maintaining a steady balance. You're standing legs strong, support stability throughout the posture. So here you'll be visualizing standing yourself with a strong foundation, exhaling and letting any distractions drop away as if rinsed off. Hold the Namaskara Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Vamashuddha Padasana. Atha Vamashuddha Padasana.
The next asana is
Gavakshasana. The cow's eye pose.
So here you'll start standing on one foot with your spine tall and gaze steady. Lift the opposite leg and place that on the inside of that foot against the inner thigh of your standing leg, drawing it upwards towards the groin. Now soften the standing knee slightly to maintain stability and ease the posture. Bring your hands together in Namaskara Mudra in front of your chest, keeping your core engaged and your chest open as you balance. Visualize yourself seeing through the eye of a cow, viewing the world without aggression or fear. Hold the Namaskara Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So here your foot will be left to the groin. Yes.
अथ गवाक्षासना.
The next asana is Sunyasana Uttaranga, or the void pose progression.
So now from a standing position, your right foot, take your right foot and place it on top of your opposite hip. Now lower your body down, twisting outwards towards the left side, and place both your hands on the ground outside of your left thigh. Adjust your right foot. Adjust your right foot so the sole of your le- so the sole elbows to bend. Extend your left leg out straight to the right side, away from the body. Visualize yourself filled with serene emptiness. Your mind a clear, boundless sky, free of distraction. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So you can even use the help of the wall. Your lower leg will be extended out, while the upper leg, will be placed. The sole of the upper leg will be placed on the knee of the extended leg. Shunyasana Uttaranga. करद्वयमुष्टिबद्ध्वा ततः पृथिव्यां संस्थाप्यन्तरिक्षम् उत्थाप्य रक्षं रतेत् इति वामचरणङ्गुष्ठासनं गृहीत्वा वामकूर्पे भारं दद्यात्.
The next asana is Dakshina Sudhapadasana. For the right side, purified foot pose repeated on the other side. So here you will be standing tall with your weight grounded through one leg and keep your core engaged. Now lift the opposite thigh and bring it parallel to the ground as comfortably as you can. You can use the wall for added support, but try to maintain the lifted leg as much as possible parallel to the floor. Visualize yourself standing. Visualize yourself standing, dropping all heaviness and seeing that draining away from your body. Inhale and feel a clear current moving throughout the ankle, knee, and hip. If needed, you can perhaps put the sole of your foot onto the wall itself to keep the legs parallel to the floor. Hold the Namaskara Mudra Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
दक्षिणशुद्धपादासना. अथ दक्षिणशुद्धपादासना. The next asana is Gavakshasana, repeated on the other side. So whichever leg is extended out, you'll place that foot on the upper thigh of the opposite leg. As you bend the knee of the extended leg slightly. Place your hands in the Namaskara Mudra in front of you. So it will be in a standing position. Visualize yourself seeing through the eye of a cow, viewing the world without aggression or fear. Hold the Namaskara Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Try as much as you can to lower your knee to the ground. So,
Sole of your feet? Yes.
Atha Gavakshasana.
Relax. So the next asana is Sunyasana Uttaranga, repeated on the other side. So here from a standing position, your left foot, place it on top of your opposite hip. Lower your body down, twisting outwards towards the right side and place both hands on the ground outside of your right thigh. Adjust your left foot so that the sole of the The sole of the feet presses against the back of the left arm. Now lean forward further onto the hands, allow and remain steady in this balancing posture. Visualize yourself filled with serene emptiness. Your mind is clear and boundless. Your body vast with space within, and sense that the power of limitless possibility. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Sahaja Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
शून्यासन उत्तरांग करद्वयमुष्टि भद्वा ततः पृथिव्यां संस्थाप्यन्तरिक्षम् उत्थाप्य अलक्षणं रतेत् इति वामचरणाङ्गुष्ठासनं गृहीत्वा वामकूर्परे भारं दद्यात्. The next asana is Bhagasana, the fortunate pose. Now start in a deep squat position, placing both your feet firmly at the front edges of your perineum. And gently rise up while supporting your weight and place both your hands in the Namaskar Mudra, resting the elbows on your knees. Visualize yourself radiating openness, gratitude, and abundance. Feel luck and positive energy flowing towards you. Ananda Paramashivoham. Bhagasana. पादद्वयस्य पार्श्वग्रे लिङ्गभूमयो धृतं न्यसेत् शनैरुत्थाय गुढं संस्थाप्य च आग्रता.
The next asana is Utpidasana or press pose. Rising on the tips of your toes. Lower the buttocks down to knee level in a controlled squat. So you'll be in a squat position on your tippy toes, and then keep your spine erect and your chest open, engaging your core for stability. Maintain steady, calm breathing and visualize balance between rising energy and grounding support. Visualize yourself grounded firmly as a temple pillar existing for thousands of years. Feel the dynamic alchemical process where compression and expansion unite within you. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samavriti, Mula Bandha, chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Utpidasana. पार्ष्णे उन्नते कृत्वा स्पिगौ जनतलये अवाम्य उत्पीडासनमिति पीडासनमिति. This is a free hand tree pose. So this is going to be an inverted posture. To start in a deep squat position with your hands flat on the floor in front of you, shoulder width up. Kapalasana. Find balance and stability and slowly lift your hips above your shoulders, extending the legs straight up with your knees straight. So this is going to be a headstand position. Visualize yourself as a tall tree standing on smooth rock with no roots visible anywhere, yet still effortlessly upright through every gust of wind. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Samavritti Kumbhaka. Inhale through the nose and exhale evenly, maintaining rhythmic breath without strain. Hold the Mula Bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. अथ पनिमुक्त अथ पानिमुक्तद्रुमासना.
The next asana is Matsyendrasana Trini, Lord of Fishes pose 3.
So remaining in the same position, in an upright headstand position, visualize yourself like Matsyendra, hidden beneath existence's vast shimmering ocean depths, attentively overhearing Shiva's secret historic teachings to Parvati amid profound cosmic stillness. Oham. अथ मत्स्येन्द्रासना. The next asana is Ardhasana, the half-seated pose. Now come to a seated position and bring one foot as you place it on top of the opposite thigh. keeping the other leg bent beneath you or extended comfortably. Sit upright with the spine tall, shoulders relaxed, and rest the hands on your respective knees, palms facing downward. Visualize the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Parameshwaram, in your inner space. Meditate on the feet of the Guru and feel his presence liberating you from bondage and suffering. Hold the Vaishnavi Mudra, Aparakshaka Kumbhaka. So here you'll be partially closing the nose and doing Rechika Puraka. That is the Aparakshaka Kumbhaka. Perform the Mula Bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Ardhasana. Karumasanamapi Shreshtam Dardurasanam Gajasanam Samuddishtam Tatordhasanam Uchyate.
So here you'll be seated and stacking one knee directly over the other. So the legs fold in outwards to a center line and the sitting bones ground evenly. Keep your spine tall as you soften your shoulders away from your ears. Instead of reaching the arms behind the back, interlace your fingers in front of your stomach, allowing the hands to lightly press against the lower abdomen. Maintain an open chest and steady breath as you sit upright, keeping your posture stable and centered. Visualize your lower body organizing itself with precision as if every part knows its exact place and role. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra up, 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 Karashka,
Aparakshaka Kumbhaka.
Mula Bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Dakshina Chaturam Sapadasana. Atha Dakshina Chaturam Shapadasana. The next is Charpati Asana. Remaining in the same position, bring your hands to your hips as you place the back of your wrists on either side. This is the tattered pose. Power. Quietly, reliably, resilient, focused, and steady. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Aparakshaka Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Charpati Asana. Atha Charpati Asana.
The next asana is Govindasana, or Lord of Cows pose. So you'll remain in the same position, asana, but your palms will be facing upwards on your thighs. Keep your spine tall and your shoulders relaxed for stability, and visualize yourself seated as a calm guardian, steady, unhurried, and holding the space. See yourself as pure strength, protective, sustaining, and authoritative. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham while you keep your gaze straight.
Govindasana. Atha Govindasana. The next asana is Lauli Asana. So from here, bring your hands to your toes, holding your big toe in the Prana Mudra with your index and ring fingers. Visualize your Kundalini awakening from the base of your spine and see wave-like movements stimulating digestion and energizing your entire body. Hold the Shakti Chalana Mudra, awakening the base energy with steady intent. Hold the Aparakshaka Kumbhaka Uddiyana Bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Lauli Asana. सर्वाङ्गचालने देवा कुण्डलीशक्तिचालनं चालनात् कुण्डली देव्यश्चेतना स भवेत् प्रभो गोमुखासनमरुह्य धृत्वा पादयुगं करौ चालयेदुदरं पश्चल्लेलुसाधनं भवेत्.
The next asana is Janu.
Lower in front of you. Visualize your kundalini as a sacred flame being ignited by spinning stick. Hold the prana mudra aparachaka kumbhaka mula bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Janu Prerana Hasana. Janupीडनं कृत्वा मध्यं सव्यदक्षिणं प्रेरयेत्. The next is Pada Samyukta Parivrittasana, the cross leg turn pose. So now come back, bring your torso back up straight and cross your arms, holding on to your respective feet. Visualize your Kundalini awakening along your spine, gently flowing upward. Hold the Prana Mudra, Aparakshaka Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Tvahasta Tale Niveshadrivam Adhikam Parivartayet. The next is Ganeshasana. So now bring your hands behind your back and cross your hands behind, holding on to the respective feet from behind your back. Visualize a fierce, focused energy igniting within you, like Shiva's arrow piercing through inertia. Hold the Prana Mudra, Aparakshaka Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Ganeshasana. गोमुखे संस्थितं कृत्वा पार्ष्णिव्यस्य युग्मके तत्र शिवानिकं स्थाप्य गणेशासनमित्तीरितम्. The next is Gomukhasana Trini. Now take your hands and bring them above. Raise your elbows gently as you cross your hands behind your back, holding on to the opposite shoulders. Hold steady with the spine upright. Visualize yourself embodying the gentle awareness of a cow's face. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra Aparakshika Kumbhaka Mula Bandha and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Gomukhasana Trini. भैरवं कामदहनं पानिपात्रं च कार्मुकं स्वस्तिकं गोमुखं वीरं माण्डुकं मर्कटासनम्. The next is Gomukhasana Chatwari, the cow face pose 4. Now raise your right elbow upwards and place the right hand behind your back and clasp onto the fingers with your left hand coming from below and up. Visualize yourself as a gentle, intelligent cow, embodying calm patience, deep nurturing care, and grounded strength. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Aparachaka Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Ham Bhadram Vajram Cha Muktakam, Guptam Gomukam Ekam Cha Veeram Sastikam Eva Cha. The next is Shuddha Advasana, the pure path pose. So now come to a lying position, lying on your back with your legs extended and your body relaxed. Stretch both of your arms over your head and rest the back of your hands on the ground, allowing the shoulders to soften. Keep your spine long and let the weight of your body settle evenly onto. Visualize yourself lying on a clear, unobstructed path with nothing to avoid, resist, or correct. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Kevala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Shuddha Advasana. Atha Shuddha Advasana. The next is Shivasana, which is Shiva's pose. So now come lying down onto your belly with your legs extended and your feet hip width apart. Place your hands behind your head with your elbows wide. Engage your back and core and lift your chest and head and arms off the ground. So you'll be lifting your chest up off the ground. Visualize yourself as the very cobra wrapped around Shiva's neck, the protective hood of a serpent. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Rechaka Kumbhaka. Exhale fully and hold the breath out. Shivasana. Udaram bhutale nyasya prishtam vaktrikamanchitam phano mivohatam murdni hasto dharayata shivam. Now come to a supine position, laying on your back with your palms facing upwards. Let your feet naturally relax and separate as you remain completely relaxed. Your body as a sacred offering to death, surrendering reverently. Your breath slows gently, merging into silent wave. Each exhale deepens release, tensions, thoughts, attachments, empty breath by breath. Hold the Shambhavi Mudra, Kevala Kumbhaka, Mula Bandha, and chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Shavasana Chatvari. Savarupam Sudeham tu Shambhivasya Sushambharam Tatraiva Nilayah Karya Pranapana Vilasata. And slowly try to wriggle your toes, your fingers. Move your feet side to side. Shake your hands. Bring awareness back to every part of your body. Start moving your legs, your arms. Bring your knees to your chest. Rock side to side. And you can come back up to a seated position. And with this, we have officially come to the end of the Chaturtha Vinyasa Krama, completing 100 asanas as we enter into the Panchama Vinyasa Krama, the final sequence of the Nithyananda Yoga. And if you want a deeper experience with a one-on-one guidance, then be sure to come and join us for the Paramashiva Sena program, a 30-day program happening in Guinea-Bissau, West Africa, and in South India, Tirunamalai and Bengaluru Adi Kailasa. And with this, we will now be concluding with the Purna Mantra as we offer our gratitude. Amidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nityananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu Om Nithyanandam. We now bow down to Swamiji's feet as we offer our gratitude. Thank you everyone. Nithyanandam.